Alright, let's go ahead and get on, talking the elephant out here and start up his quest chain. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we find time our arrival just right, may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Elmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. Alright, there goes somebody flying by. Wonder if we'll be lucky enough to find another ether current this way. I imagine so. Yeah, southwest, okay. Kholusia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar? I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. I think that whatever calamity struck in the source, a collection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me. Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Is that a giant iguana? It is, in fact, a iguana. I didn't even see the name before I even thought of it. That's funny. Ah, Sin Eater. Oh, thanks, look out. And down. My poor heart, thank you, young miss. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Right, madame. Just a few bruises from where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to our rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were. I knew there was no one left to hear me scream, not that I let that stop me. I probably should leave my own house behind and queue up outside Elmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone. This should make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again, you saved my life. Now I'm sure a strapping lass like you has little to fear. I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Tis as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Elmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, these are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Brief history then. 'Twas not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world, that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and are all driven by the same insatiable appetite for more or either. They are predators, and we are their prey. Kholusia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eaters' victims grows longer by the day. Tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. There is a ether current up this way, so let's go ahead and take a look for it real quick. Still northwest, okay. Well, I don't think we're gonna find that one. I don't know, maybe we actually could. Let's see. Alright, let's see if it's over here. If it's not, it's past the mountainous region here. Yeah, I think it's past the mountainous region here. Yeah, okay. So obviously at the moment we're not going to be able to go through this entire area and get these stuff right away, which I guess makes sense. Okay, there's one to the south we could probably get. We are uncovering a good bit of the map, though, at least.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please! Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all. Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Oh, hello!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
That jester looked at us funny. I understand why my attempts to enter the city has thus far come to naught. The W's privilege of residency must be won via a contest of ever-changing rules. The city's policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Ilmore's current ruler came into power. And from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin-Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. Try to uphold ways that can improve their lot, but my words evidently fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now that I worry that, well, I'm happy you should take a look around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Ilmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gatetown's not much to look at, but at least it's safe, and the mule is the best thing I've ever tasted. Next one should be right around here somewhere. Much pop bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the light that waits for me inside those halls. Oh, will they ever pick me? You see what Gatetown has to offer. These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on handouts of meal, and believe Elmore is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. You disapprove of Elmore? It's difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the Sydney's inner workings. Maybe it's the uncertainty, which has always made me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters, however unjust the system seems to me. If these people claim to be content with their lot, it's hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem like those who have chosen to forego Elmore's legacy are doomed to suffer for their independence? And they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gatetown, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and unattended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Elmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Kholusia's people. I'm not so naive as to think that there's some miraculous solution to all of this, yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hardworking villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of the capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Elmore's gates. It is fortunate that you arrived when you did, Naran. I have been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There's a beast tribe who makes its home in the sea surrounding the island, the Undo they are called, though you and I know them as Saragen. For the most part, they keep to themselves in the ocean grottos, and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But Zataria took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kagani, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. They discovered the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. Attractive business venture for any precipitated investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Elamian lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pokins. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me with this exchange? Excellent, I should be glad of your company. First things first then, we must pay a visit to Mashu Moya, my supplier in right. Come, it's just to the northwest of here. Someone's being sneaky. First, however, I'm pretty sure there was a... yeah. Looks like it might just be way up... okay, southwest now. So it should be... Ah, there it is, okay. Guess it's now a question of how you properly get up there. Hmm. This looks like it would be possible, but maybe not. Oh, okay. That was actually a lot simpler than I thought. Take a look at the ether currents here. Yeah, we still have quite a few of them to go. Alright, had a freeze up. Hooray. Yeah, it looks like we're heading to that settlement that I passed it before because I was figuring it'd be further, much further along the quest line to go up that way, but I guess not. Oh, there's one off this way. Okay. Hmm. To the south now, okay. Is it down there? I don't know where it is, actually. Let me see. Looks like it's to that lighthouse over there. We have made it to the right. That's right, right. Something I can do for you, friend. Good day to you, Mashima. This is my associate Narin. We're here to collect the produce I purchased. Hey, I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know no such person. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No, he said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Confound it, somebody must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. This charlatan was here not too long ago. He cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of the town, I shall take the west. Yeah, it's still aiming for that one to the south, so I guess we should head that way. Yeah, it goes right up to that lighthouse, basically, so... Bunch of birds. Now we got the telescope thing to look at. Yeah, we found him. Right by the lighthouse, too. Yep, found him. You have a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good on his escape. See if we can't find the spot here. Ah, here we go. "500 miles west. There's nothing out west. Is there? Well, I guess actually there is. Okay. Bad toucan. I wonder if it's underwater. That might be the case.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Christerian? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Ilmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Xie, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are, man.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Rite then?
Yeah, we kind of have to think up a new plan, don't we?
Is that... I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble. Come on, they may need our help.
Looks like somebody that may have washed ashore or something like that. Looks like we have to go all the way around, though, in any case. What even is this? Is this like part of a bridge that once was built, maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of weird creatures, though. Okay, so I guess this is the area we were heading for before. Giant enemy crab. Yes. Let me see if I can't find the ether current here first. It is south. Okay. Aha, there it is. May aggro the giant enemy crab, but that's fine with me, I guess. Or no, it's moving away, so okay. That worked out in our favor. I think that's 5 in all so far. Yep, got half of them done. Okay. Let's see what's going on with you here. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. Poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. Thought for certain I was dead. How will I ever repay this kindness? Listening for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited to Ilmor to work as an artist. Wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, in grave sin in Lord Vathry's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him I wished to leave. Little did I know, as soon as he would grant me my wish, they flung me over the bastardade into the goddamned sea. From up there, how were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me, luck I suppose, though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous, and the citizens condone such barbaric punishment. Although, without a second thought, when Lord Vathry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Ilmor, his word is law. The more I hear about Ilmor, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. A way into the city. Well, there's a fate nearby, but I'm not too interested in that. These rocks. How do I keep on discovering new locations? Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I will assist you in your attempt to enter Ilmor, insofar as I'm able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my savior to that awful place makes me sick to my stomach. Since it's plain you set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Ilmorian elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Be certain this is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. Give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I can't. I don't think I can have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided, but I shan't stay long in this place, not with the city brooding over me. Yeah, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession. I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tricia has repaid us with a gift as timely as it wasn't expected. We will, however, need to act upon its advice before another painting steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I hope. As for you, Well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, I may have you should pose as my assistant. That's settled. All we need to do now is return to the Gate Town and wait the next appearance of those vile gestures. Probably for one of the Ether quests, I imagine. Excuse me, but were you the Lady Elfin I was traveling with, aren't you? I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Narn, how lovely to meet you. My name is Urus. I'm the acting village mayor. I was hoping some of your talents would pass through right before long. Thing is, I need someone up to Stone. Need to visit someone up at Stonegazer, but I'm afraid to walk the path alone. Do you think you could provide an escort? Hey, thanks. I just couldn't bring myself to ask one of the villagers. See, there was an incident a while back where the veteran band of hunters was badly mauled. Simply mentioning that it's unsafe to wander outside the village these days would be enough to bring back memories of that grisly scene, which is why it's been so difficult to even bring up the subject. But such does not change the fact that roads indeed are dangerous. Pray meet me on the path to the north and be prepared to fend off the wildlife. There's one in here as well, apparently. Or over here, I guess. Oh, who are you? Forgive me. It's not that we see travelers in the ride. With how dangerous it is hereabouts. You have a worry for my husband taking the road down to the shipyard, and he's as strong as Talos. As a Talos. He has been gone for a good while, though. If you're heading that way, could you please let him know his wife is expecting him at home? Let's go ahead and head over that way, I guess. Where's Stonegazer, though? Is it this way? Or is it further up north? Okay, it's nowhere this way, it seems, so... Okay, Stonegazer's that way. Okay. So we're good at the moment. Oh, he's down below. Okay. Hey, something I can do for you, stranger. Well, beat me with a hammer. How's it been that long? I was aiming to salvage the planks for this old hole, but she's giving me more trouble than I bargained for. Bit of a waste to leave all the lumber lying around. Not much call for a seaworthy ship since the light ate up half the world, you know, understand. So I reckon it'd be better for a woodworker like me to put it to good use. These boards, though, they're so tightly joined I can't pull the bleeding things loose. Here, do me a favor and sprinkle some of this powder on the joints along the keel. I'll keep working on this end, and with any luck I can make it home before the wife stomps you down to fetch me herself. Just do it that way. That'd be a lot simpler, wouldn't it? That should do the trick. Powdered crystal is the best thing for melting wood glue. Just pour in a little water and that steam will take care of the rest. This ought to be a one-man job now, thanks to you. I don't know if you've let Theonos know that I'm done within the hour, then you'll help me out at 2 rough spots today. Alright, if that's a simple enough quest, then that's a pretty easy either quest current to get. He's alright then, well that's a relief. Wright's had its fair share of troubles and the wife does worry. But he had you strip planks, the cheek of the man. Still, we're lucky his father taught him the trade at all, even if he uses those skills to take ships apart instead of building them. Woodworker puts food on the table, so I'm grateful to his family for keeping up their traditions. Grateful to you for bringing me peace of mind. Please take this for your kindness. That's 1 done, 1 out of 5. And then this other one's an escort mission, apparently, but it's not very far, at least. take long, did it? This one's able to do a little bit more damage to me now. Probably because it synced up to my level, yeah. What did I tell you? I was barely 10 steps out of the village. Come, let's hurry along before more predators have a chance to gather. And probably another one right up here, right? Thank you for the escort, Narin. This is the gentleman I wish to speak with, so we didn't need to go any further. Saw a league. Are you wandering around by yourself out here? You know what kind of creatures lurk beyond the borders of the village. Aye, well, if it isn't Chiffel's little girl, something I could do for you, lass. Yes, sir, I came for an answer to my proposal from the other day. Have you given any thought to taking over as village mater? I'm doing the best I can in the intern, but I have neither the age nor the wisdom to continue in the role, and the rest of the villagers agree with me. I'm fairly sure I told you nay once already. It seems you found a guard just as you come to talk to me, then mayhap I will consider the idea in exchange for a few small tasks. Well, please tell me what you need to do. My friend, Chiftel, your dear father, was looking for a sickle to cut some rope. Would you mind skipping back to the village and borrowing one for me? Why would you... I mean, a sickle, was it? For cutting rope. That shouldn't be too difficult. It only matters to ask you for long for one trip, but if I'm complete these tasks, would you be willing to indulge me a little longer? Guess she got back all right. Good day to you, young Earless. You look a little flustered, dear. Where's there something I could help you with? And a good day to you, madame. I was actually hoping to borrow a sickle. Is that all? Here, you can take this one. I've several spares, so there's no rush in returning it. Doing a spot of harvesting, are you? My thanks, but it's not for me exactly. I was asked to bring one for my father. Your father? Shadow saved me. Forgive me, if you're accompanying me on these tasks, then you deserve to know the whole story. It's my father Chiftel, who was the former mayor of Ride. And the incident I spoke of earlier was something that happened a year ago. One day a stray sin-eater came prowling around and slaughtered nearly half the village. It was a waking nightmare. So the villagers blamed my father, and then said it was because he refused to accept the protection of Ilmore. The sheer scale of the tragedy and accusations that followed wore away his conscience until finally he could bear the guilt no longer. He hanged himself. Say Luke, the old man we spoke to, was his closest friend, but considering how he worded his request, it seems he's reluctant to accept the fact of my father's death. Still, let's see this task to its end. Let's bring him a sickle, shall we? Sir, we brought the sickle you asked for. Oh, good, good. Old Chief will be glad to see this. Oh, sir. Thank you for staying with me, Nara. This might be harder than I expected. Well, she doesn't have an either quest for us, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. That's 2 out of the 5, though, so that's pretty nice. I think we just have to head back to, that spot down there, Gate Town, yeah. I'll go ahead and do that off video, though. This video is already getting pretty high up there in about an hour already, so... Next video, we'll enter, hopefully, the City of Pleasure, so let's go ahead and do that.